Joe's face changed dramatically at that take. What are you saying, bro?
Do you know what it is? I think is whenever we hear takes like it's already done. I'm like, from a footballing perspective, when you play football, anybody that has that mindset with me, I used to hate playing with them because it really is done when you have that mindset. You're not a winner, you're a loser, and you're gonna cause everybody around you to play lower than you need to play. Like, I think Liverpool have a great team. I think with Isak in there, it improves their team. It does not give them that they are going to win this league outright. There are other teams. I love what Arsenal have done so far. I think Arsenal are going to be a big player in this situation. I think Chelsea are going to be a big player in this situation. I actually think Man City are going to be a bit of a dark horse, right? Because one thing I love about Pep is a good system. That brother going to find a system somehow, some way. And now we're discounting him as if like he's not involved. He going to find some way to get involved in the situation. There are other teams in around the mid-level teams who also might have a great season, who are going to be a bogey for some teams. So for me personally, saying like just because they got Isak, it's over. I'm like, that for me is I don't think that's a smart take. It improves their attacking prowess, absolutely. But we saw this with PSG, them having the high line pressing at the very front, having Dembele looking like the beast that he was for that whole tournament. Somehow, when you are a tactician, you find a way and you find a way through that press. So I think just saying that outright buying Isak makes a complete difference, that they're going to completely obliterate teams. No, because the counter attack that I foresee, as we saw with Milan the other day, that defense for me is looking a bit shaky. Van Dijk is not the Van Dijk I saw before. Van Dijk is not even close. I
wouldn't read too much into that preseason game, though.
It's not about that, but it's about exposing the holes, right? Because as a team, you have to watch those.
You weren't seeing a defense in that game. So in the first half, the goal that everyone harps on about, our back four was Robertson, Van Dijk, Ryan Gravenberch at centre back, and Lucas Stevenson, who's an 18-year-old academy central midfielder playing at right back. I'm not shocked. And in the second half, it was Frimpong, Kanate, Tsimikas at centre-back and Kerkez, which is a better one, but still. Kostas Tsimikas is a crap defensive left-back. Him at centre-back is even worse. If I was seeing Kanate and Van Dijk playing together and we were getting cut open that easy and we were getting that exposed, I'd share the same concerns. But because I haven't seen that yet, I can't harbour that same worry, because I think that once you put them two centre-backs in, alongside two actual first-team fullbacks, not centre-mids out of position, I think that the back line as a unit looks a bit stronger, because right now it's just a lot of mix and match, which leaves certain key players playing with kids who've never been kids or players out of position, which is never really a great look.
I'm not saying that you got to, like, you know, that Van Dijk is finished or the team is finished. What I'm saying to you is, as an opponent, I'm looking for the exposure. How do we expose you? Mm-hmm. I'm looking for your weaknesses. We know your up front is amazing. It's wonderful. You know what I'm saying to you, right? It's a brilliant up top. But I'm saying to you, I think that's also going to be your Achilles. I love what they said, Achilles heel. I think your engine right now, as much as I see works in there, I think that could be exposed. And I think also the defense in the central part can be exposed as well, right? Because if you got such attacking fullbacks as well, this is where I think you're going to find that people are going to exploit. And again, it just depends on what people are. It depends on people are willing to take that risk. If teams are willing to take that risk, we could see a lot of different football going on this season.
I think people are going to be a bit shocked at how we use the fullbacks, to be honest. I think people have this notion that Liverpool's fullbacks are going to be like the Klopp ones, which were Robertson and Alexander-Arnold bombing past the wingers, getting dead eye up, putting loads of crosses. I don't think it's going to be like that at all. I think Kerkez is going to be sitting quite deep, and I think both fullbacks are going to be dead narrow, to where the best way I can describe it, Kerkez, when we have the ball, until we get to the final third, I think he's going to be like a centre-back. And I think Bradley, when we have the ball, up until we get into the final third, is going to be a midfielder. So that if we lose the ball before we get there, it's not a case of Kanate and Van Dijk having to stand there like it's like an army charge at them and try and stop the counter. I think that they're going to be quite limited in the roles up until we have the teams penned in. I think that the notion that we've bought Kerkez and we've bought Frimpong and they're just going to go bomb up and down the wing, flying up and down. I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to be a lot different in how they play, because we had Trent and Robertson last year, and the pair of them.
I need to interject for a second though. What fullback is Frimpong going to play that role? Do you think?
I personally think it'll be Bradley to start the season. I think Bradley will be the starting right back at the start of the season. Now, whether he keeps that role throughout the whole season, I don't know, but I do think that Arne Slot is going to lean on having the fullbacks be Bradley and Kerkez to start the year.
Let's ask a question, Tom. So if you think that Kerkez is not, it sounds like you've described there as Kerkez not necessarily holding the width on the left side. You said earlier that you want Wirtz to technically be on the left. Are you having Wirtz holding width?
No. So that Wirtz thing would only be a case if I'm going against the top team. I think that the game plan slightly changed there. I'm going in a normal situation. It'll be Gakpo on the left. I don't think Ekitike will be starting many games out on the left, to be honest. If it's Gakpo on the left, Gakpo holds the width. Whereas if it was Wirtz on the left, I think that's where the fullback roles change slightly and Kerkez pushes on a bit more.
Gotcha.
I still stand on my hot take when you guys sign Frimpong. I've got a feeling he's the more the long-term replacement of Salah than he is Trent.
Wouldn't shock me because he's played right wing in every preseason game so far.
Yeah, I mean, just a thought. I mean, most of the times I watched Leverkusen, he didn't play it. He wasn't a wing back. He was a winger. He was an attacker. He didn't do any. People go, I barely defend. Well, yeah, he weren't instructed to. He literally was an attacker.
Literally, when their defensive shape more time was 4-4-2, and he was the right midfielder for Leverkusen in that defensive shape. So.
Netherlands as well, I think, right? He's more of a right midfielder or right winger, right?
He plays right wing for Netherlands too.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised in seeing that, and Conor Bradley sort of nurtured in that way, to be fair. But yeah, look, I do listen. I think I've had some hyperbole moments. I said it right when it comes to them getting Isak, and I think that's, do you know what that is, Kojo? That's me. It's the knee-jerk reaction and kind of preparing myself for the deal to happen. I'm in the mindset of it's happening, and I don't care if I get bantered in a week or two if it collapses. Oh, you said it would get done. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that purely for mental preservation. So if it happens, I'm well on the road to accepting it as happening. And then if it doesn't happen, it's a win for me because I'll be happy that Liverpool don't get him. But I do agree with your mindset, which is I would be horrified as a fan of City, Chelsea, or Arsenal if my respective manager was sitting in the dressing room going, guys, there's no point trying this year because it's over because Liverpool have got Isak. It's funny because I've seen a lot of Arteta outers who are like, season's over now, this happened, nothing we can do. But they'll still moan every game, which again is moronic if you're already conceding the season. Therefore, why does analysing the games even matter if it's actually already over? So you can tell whether people actually mean it or not. But I actually think if I was in a position to challenge this year, if Man United were in that position, I'd almost be relishing this. And why I say that is when Man United were a good team, it didn't matter to me who City bought, who Chelsea bought, who Arsenal bought. Before that, who Newcastle, who Blackburn, who Leeds United bought. I used to, yeah, come on, let's have it. Let's go for it. And football's changed a little bit online. There are some fans now that I respect their opinion who are just, if we don't win, I'm not happy. If we don't win a trophy, I'm not happy. And I never was happy without winning a trophy per se, but I used to love the challenge. It was the fight. It was, yes, let's go toe to toe this year. Can't wait for that battle. And that was every bit. That was every bit a part of the season. And it was excitement. And if we didn't win a trophy one year, you went into the summer again. All right, let's go. Oh, Chelsea have gone and bought Crespo. Chelsea have gone and done. All right, bang, let's go. Come on, let's have it. That seems to have gone in football fandom now. Everything's very defeatist. Know where it's going to happen. I don't care about the journey. I don't care about the fight. I don't care about that. All I care about is winning. Honestly, I'm at a point where I feel like saying to these guys, but just tuning in May then, bruv. Like, if you're not interested in anything that happens before May, what are you even doing here? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, I feel like people aren't enjoying. Everyone's entitled to view it how they want, but I do feel a little bit like, are you even enjoying football anymore? Like, is it really the sport? Maybe there's a different sport where it's all just about the winning on the day and that's all that matters. Well, I think football's a different game. So I can't speak for Arsenal, City or Chelsea fans because I'm not one. But I'd be relishing what Liverpool are doing to a certain degree because it isn't as though you guys have got shabby teams and squads. It's not like you're not doing good business because beat them to this title now and damn, there's some egg on their face. And that is where the what I would call the real banter comes in. If, for instance, Chelsea just click, go on and win the league. Imagine Liverpool having their biggest and best summer ever and not winning the league. That, for me, would be a beautiful achievement if my club was able to stop them. So, yeah, I think your clubs have got to embrace it. I think your fans have got to, encourage your club, yes, to do more. But, yeah, relish the fight, relish the battle. It's what we tune in to watch. It's why every game matters, right? Every win, every draw, every goal matters because anything can happen. And we know that. Liverpool won the league last year. I was called a madman for suggesting they might be in the title race till Christmas last year. They won the league. Now this year, we're completely writing off 3 teams. Crazy to me. Crazy. Liverpool are definitely the clear favourite. They're the favourite. But by no means is it a done and dusted race at this stage. I agree with you there. You're right.
Yeah, I don't think people find football fun anymore. Unfortunately, like supporting your team used to be fun. I think since social media came through, and you've got so like before, it's like, okay, cool. You go into school, you got your friends of you got your friends who may support other clubs. They might come and banter you about it. So that might be what 5 to 10 people in school that might come and say something to you. But now, because of social media, that's turned into thousands of people will come and say something to you because your team lost. Then I think a lot of people have taken that to heart, and they don't find football fun anymore. Because if you really think about it, if you was a neutral and you weren't supporting any other team, you'd look at all the business. You'd look at all the teams and be like, "Yo, this is gonna be sick! Like this is gonna be amazing season." Like when we look forward to the World Cup, and you got some of the countries with some of the best teams that can field. Even though you're a rival of maybe of Germany or France or Spain or whoever, you're still looking forward to the World Cup as a whole because you're there for the whole experience. You know, like we was at the Euros. Yo, Tom, like as much as we wanted England to win, we was having more fun watching everyone else play.
Make the Turkey games. Oh my god,
the Turkey games are loving it. Imagine if Turkey fans were turning up to the Euros like, we're not going to win it.
Well,
so like, you know
look at last night. Look at last night as a prime example. I watched the opening game of the women. By the way, I think the one thing the men's international tournaments could learn from the women's is less teams is better. You get to the quarterfinals, so it feels like so quickly, and it's all higher quality. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to certain nations at the World Cups and even the Club World Cup. I still think would have been a better tournament if amateur teams weren't there and it was like the best of the best. That's just me. And that includes some of the South American teams that were brilliant. Even, Al Hilal were very good. Like we need high quality. But imagine England lost their opening game and were comprehensively beaten by France. If the viewers were like watching none of it now, it's all rubbish, pointless, we ain't going to win it, what's the point? If that was the attitude that the fans and England took, we wouldn't have just become back-to-back champions. We wouldn't, and I would expect this in the next honours list, the likes of Leah Williams, the likes of Chloe Kelly. I know that the manager can't be given a damehood because of she's not British, but there's an honorary version of that can be done. In fact, just give her a British passport. I mean, just do it and give her a night. Does it really matter? Do you know what I mean? She's as English as the rest of us now, as far as I'm bloody concerned. But I don't know. I just look at it sometimes, and there are people that love football still. But I'm starting to agree with KJ. But I do think it's online fan. I think it's exclusive to online fans. And my view is this: it's easier to be negative than it is to be positive. It's easier to not be supportive than it is to be supportive. Because if you're supportive, if Kojo, for instance, comes out every day between now and the start of the season, Chelsea are going to challenge. In fact, by the time we start, it goes, I'm going for my team to win the league. And every week for 2 or 3 months, well, there we go. For 2, 3, 4 months, right? He's like, we're going to do it. Hey, we lost today. We're going to win it. We're going to win it. If at the end of the season they come third, Kojo won't hear the end of it all summer. He got it wrong. He got it wrong. But Kojo's a strong man. He can handle that. He's got a personality. He can handle it. What a lot of football fans do is, I don't think we can win it. We're crap. Every defeat. Told you. But if they go on to win it, they don't get any shit for 3 or 4 months. What they get to do is they get to go to the parade and celebrate with everybody else. And it's, way, we won. There is a comfort blanket in writing your team off. There is a comfort. Do I think all of them actually are not enjoying football? Maybe not. But I think the persona they put out is, if I say we're crap and we're not going to win and we're rubbish, when everyone knows we're not, I get left alone if we lose. In fact, I'm looked at as a bit of a genius. The rivals actually like me because I shit on my own team. Then if we win, I get to celebrate anyway. It's literally a win-win to do it. And the element of that is, it's just a bit of fun. And I also think there's a lot of football fans online who think that people judge them as a man or a woman based on how many football predictions they get right. And I don't know about you, Kojo. I don't know about you, Joe. I don't know about you, KJ, Nobbins, Tom. When you get a football prediction right or wrong, does it genuinely make you feel different as a man?
My wife sends me to the corner, and she puts a dunce hat on my head for saying, "How dare you get that
Oh no.
that score prediction wrong? This is why
Well,
you're weak."
similar. Yeah, my Freya, my Jackson, and my Archie have said if I get one big prediction wrong this year, they might ask me to not be their dad anymore. It's that bad at my house. Yeah, I agree.
My mates at school, if I get the score predictions wrong, they make me wear a dress to school and make me wear a skirt. So.
Yeah, there it is, isn't it? Terrible things happen when you get football predictions wrong. So